All right, cut over. Welcome to the second part of Armadillo Town. We have a sub in. Kyle's here.
Hero.
Awesome.
As you can see, the cast is different.
A little different, but we're gonna
New and improved.
We're going to make sure that there's still some good Southern hospitality in here today. Don't you worry about that there, gentlemen.
I hate
We
you
here
so
at
much.
3M's and a Tail certainly embrace diversity. It's a different white person, not the same white person.
This one way less pale because he's not a ginger. Anyway, but anyway, due to how season 1 was recorded in 1 hour stints, this is what we're actually having to do to finish off some of the stories in season 1. So it's gonna be a little bit awkward for the remainder of season 1 to get this all cleared up, just so the audience knows. Otherwise, to connect everyone back into where we were, and as well as the players and head DM, the 3, Sister Carolina, Robert Reds, and Armadillo Man, who still don't have a fucking name yet for, have made their way through an encounter out in the wilderness after leaving town, heading for a fort to fuck up some thieves to hopefully get Robert some upgrades on his weapons, basically. Also, Robert's in love with this horse. Sister Carolina doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, that horse would be dead.
The great horse.
With dynamite.
Sister Carolina has a bolt wound in the shape of a needle in her chest with some gunpowder, and the needle is back in there, stopping the bleeding. And I think that can round out the little recap, and I'll let you guys take it from there.
All right. So, we're going to assault this fort very violently.
I hope
Plan
so.
of action here is everyone get behind the large shield, whatever his name is, and let him soak as many of the bullets as possible, and then we shoot back.
Robert, as very beautiful as that plan sounds, I still have a hole in my chest.
Oh,
I was
right.
going to point out that wound needs to be taken care of.
Here, drink this.
You, she looks at you and she goes, "You made it significantly worse. You pulled it out and then you shoved it back in."
The simplest way to stop the flow is to put it back in. That's how it goes, all right? Now I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to push through this gate, and we're going to get inside. Just go ahead, drink that thing, and we're going to be okay.
She takes the drink from Robert, and then she goes, "Wait, you take a sip first, Robert."
Sniff it, because I got it from the bandits. I have no idea. Take a little sip, hand it back.
The second you take a sip and offer it back, she grabs it, like almost with a claw, and guzzles it down. And in her head, an indirect kiss. Ah!
I check and see if there's a wet spot under her.
Yo, you don't know that. She said it in her head. I think.
Look, her head might say other things. Her body might say other things.
I'm just simply watching off the body language, girl. Sounds like you got something a little bit hard up in your feelings there.
I have a stick of dynamite left over.
I guess that would turn you on too, huh?
Well,
I mean,
who
yeah.
needs a key to the front gate when you have one of those?
I was threatening him with
I
it.
would
I was
say
thinking we would use this to deal with the bandits.
I think I can handle the front doors to be all right.
He's going to kind of like turn and walk over, look over at the door. And you're going to see him kind of like pull that little belt off and tuck it inside of his chest that has his little 6-shooter on it and his like little bullets on, and just kind of like tucks it in. And you're going to see his head fold down, and he's going to turn into Sonic the fucking Hedgehog, and he's just going to take off and slam right into the door.
To the door of the fortress? Alrighty.
Yes.
Alrighty. You,
As that happens, turn, look at the horse. You stay here this time.
So you Sonic the Hedgehog into the door, barge the door open, and you notice that the fort is oddly empty.
kind of come to a rolling stop, lay on the side, and uncurl and kind of like look around, like poke the head out just a little bit.
I want you to go ahead and roll a perception check.
Ooh, we got an 8 today, baby.
Oh my god. Go ahead, also roll a dexterity save.
17.
Nice. Okay, so you hear like some mechanical noises. You hear some stones sliding, and then you hear a blast. And as it does that, you're able to dodge a fireball that shot out from one of the internal walls of the fortress. And then more walls start more of the mechanical noise starts popping up, and you see a bunch of cannons popping out of the walls.
You know how my head kind of poked out a little bit? It's going to go ahead and roll its way back in, and I'm going back out the way I came in.
You're able to get out before all the cannons get in position.
As I get down to the bottom and roll to the bottom and kind of like poke my head out again. It's spicy in there.
Okay.
Why don't we invite them to a parlay? And then I can light the stick of dynamite and kill them all.
I don't think they're pirates. I don't think it works with those.
I didn't see anybody in there that really looked like they wanted to talk.
Just kind of lead around the corner where the door's open now and look in. What do I see?
You see, so you know how like fortresses will have cannons on the outside? Well, this time they're pointed to the inside of the fortress. And then you hear a voice going, "Who's that busting our doors down?"
You guys see where the voice is coming
That
from?
would be me.
Go ahead and roll a perception roll.
Okay, 10.
You hear the voice, but you cannot track where it's coming from. But it's somewhere, not outside, but like shouting out a window of some sort, but you can't see it.
Can I isolate which window it's coming out of?
Let's say to the right side. That'd be like east.
So I'm going to yell in there. What was that? I didn't quite hear that.
I said, "Who's that busting our doors down?"
The second I can confirm that voice from the spot it's at, I'm just going to immediately draw the handgun and pull the trigger in that spot using that like echolocation as best I can.
Go
To
ahead.
just nail that bullet
My
to
man's
that
a
spot
fucking
sound.
beluga whale.
Go ahead and roll for attack.
That fucking 20.
Fuck off!
So you shoot right into the window of the fortress. You hear a bunch of metal ricochets. Boom,
Ding, ding, ding,
Oh,
ding.
God.
ding, bam. Son of a bitch, they shot our boss.
One down.
And then
A fort
and then
work to go, guys.
And then immediately all the cannons just start blasting all around the fortress.
Well, at this rate, they ain't gonna have no fortress left.
I mean, isn't that the goal?
I say we just let them kill themselves. It'll be all right.
No, they're sinners. They have to be killed by the hand of God.
Well, go on, God.
Or
Go ahead and
baptized.
run into the fire and brimstone, and go ahead and get you some righteous
So-
victory in there.
You're right.
You're,
Sorry, go ahead.
you're witnessing this, and miraculously, they're firing arcs over each other. You don't know how they're missing that badly, but bunch of let me see, does that hit y'all? I'm gonna need all y'all to roll a dexterity save.
Oh hell no!
Just for reference, after he suggested that I walk into the fire and flames, I do start going in to the
All right.
fortress.
Alrighty.
No, 19.
2.
Hey, 19.
Okay.
Dos.
Well, Sister Carolina's walking into the fortress, and there's fire flying over her like it's a fucking metal album cover.
Bless.
Somehow
Armadillo
I
is
back in my
able
ass.
to get in their shell in time as the fireball ricochets off the shell. And Robert Redford, you do not have such luxuries as you stood there. And you get blasted by one of the fireballs. And
Immediately as I'm flying through the air when the blast. Dex! All of them, Dex!
Yeah, so they're still firing though. That's like barrage of fire.
Right.
I'm gonna assume Sister Carolina has the I'll go Sister Carolina and then Armadillo Man and then Redford.
Right.
So Sister Caroline, you're walking into the fortress.
She's gonna shout, your boss's death is on your hands. You've sinned and you've made God angry. I am a child of his word. If you calm yourselves and we talk this through, I'm sure we'll all make this out in one piece.
Go ahead, roll persuasion check.
Oh dear God.
16, homie.
The cannon's lower, and you see a few of them starting to come out. A lot of dwarves, a lot of humans.
Hold on real quick. What's the actual design of this fort? Sort of, it's like a palisade of like wall of like just.
It's a adobe stone wall fortress.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between like your typical southwestern fortress, instead of having the cannons outward, it had the cannons pointed inward.
And is there like a central building inside of this fort, inside of the adobe walls, or is it like attached to the back wall or something like that?
The buildings are more like attached to the walls.
Mm.
And it's more like a courtyard in the middle with a well in the middle.
So they're all firing into the courtyard, essentially?
Pretty much.
Okay, thanks.
Sister Carolina looks around and says, who speaks for you now?
They all look at each other, and one human shrugs his shoulders, is like, well, Boss Man's always the one that spoke.
Well, as you can see, that's a problem now.
And then
because he's dead.
They start murmuring amongst each other, like, what are we gonna do?
How tight is this group of people murmuring?
There's some collectives of groups. There's some in the northwestern end. Like, that's a cluster right there. Okay, that's a bigger cluster right there. Okay, there's some scattered on the southwestern end of it. I guess everyone's converged on the west, and eastern bandits haven't come out of their walls, I guess.
Okay. How about how many?
Say like 12.
Okay. I'm just asking for situational awareness. I'm plotting over here.
Right.
Is that 12 people in total across the whole courtyard?
Well, actually, no, there's like 12 people on the northwestern end. There's like 5 to 6 people on the southwestern end. There's like 2 to 3 on your eastern end total.
Sister Carolina looks to the group that she was just gathering to, and she goes, if you can't figure out who's in charge, that's fine. Why don't you gather everyone around so we can have a conversation? You can point your guns at us if you want, if that makes you feel safe. I want to understand what's happened here.
Armadillo Man, do you do anything while this is going on?
I'm going to kind of act like I'm looking around, like the walls and stuff, and just kind of checking out the fort and looking at it and like,
Well, there's a nice little painting right there, isn't it? And just walking around, and all the while, what I'm trying to do is see how I can line up the most as I can at one time.
Alrighty. Robert
There's about to be a
Redford.
600-pound armadillo tire going through this big ass crowd of people. The moment I see an opportunity.
Robert Redford, you are somewhat on fire in the sharp bushes, ears ringing. What do you do?
Stand up, somewhat composed. Pull off my hat. Put out the one section on fire. Put it back on while my head's still down. All they're gonna hear is this monstrous roar of "Dicks!" preceded by the sound of my fucking revolver coming loose from the hip and just unloading at one group, emptying it.
All right, you want to do the southwest group, the northwest group, or the three on the
Closest
east?
one. He has been shot now. He's pissed.
All right, there's a all right. Go ahead, roll an attack roll. Are you aiming or are you just firing wildly?
Yes, 13.
You probably shot me in the back.
Two dwarves and a human are down. As you,
What you fail to realize is I'm in charge now.
Go ahead, roll an
Just looking
intimidation.
at the...
Go ahead, roll an intimidation check with advantage.
15 and 20.
Everybody.
Someone check that man's dice.
Everybody.
We're gonna have to salt test you, sir.
Oh no, I lost my 20. Oh, I gotta
Everybody.
I can't roll like this in D&D normally.
Dude, I'm getting like 5 6s with my games.
Everybody.
You get 12 ones.
The big bad evil guy. He rolled a 1 again.
Everybody's like, okay, we get it, and everybody puts their guns down. They're like, what do y'all want? He was
All
the
of
one
you
on the
to-
wanted poster, right?
I need all of you to line up as I'm reloading.
Rest of the party, do you allow him to indulge?
Yeah, I'm waiting for him to line them all up.
And Sister Carolina goes, "Don't worry, you'll be safe."
At the finish of that, and the last round goes in, slide the cylinder back into place. Who's in charge? Just looking at the line.
About this time, I'm going to get on the eastern side, and hopefully they're all in a line.
Oh.
A new challenger approaches. As Redford asks this question, Solomon, I'll leave it to you.
I'll be in charge. Just don't shoot, please.
Bang! Apparently you weren't listening. I'm in charge.
Am I dead?
Were you shooting at him? Go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say with disadvantage because I'm gonna assume you're in a blind rage at this point.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my!
Oh!
As you do so, your
You
gun
shoot
backfires,
yourself.
and you drop it. So yes, the new character is not shot.
I'm just like, holy shit! You're in charge. You're in charge.
Sister Carolina looks to Robert and goes, "Robert, God's getting upset with you because you're too angry. You can kill filthy heathens. You just need to be judicious about it. Take a
You're
deep
right.
breath."
You're right. Pick up the revolver again.
What'd she say? Judiciary?
Judicious.
Judas? What?
Sometimes
judicious.
she-
That means
Did
she's
someone
gotta-
mention Judas? God is good.
So what are you doing?
No.
Oh.
She was just calming down Robert Redford.
So where did your
I'm not alone.
character come from? Like east side, west side,
Mike,
kind of
West-
from the gaggle?
northwest, I would say. Like
Okay.
he
We're
would.
all lining up.
yeah, I
It's
was
true.
picturing my character was like in the line that's been just
Right.
like everyone's just lined up, and I guess Kyle's armadillo is now on the far right side, and I'm just sitting there in the line trying to like talk us out of getting executioned by these mad people.
Do I kind of like poke in one of the doors to see? Is there any? Hello? Is there anybody else in here wants to come out and have a conversation?
You do hear one box get knocked over.
Oh, you shouldn't be hiding here all alone. It's okay. Come on out outside.
No answer.
I'm scared.
Can I fit through the door?
That's a good question. Can you fit through the door?
I'm a 6 foot tall human-esque armadillo.
You can fit through the wagon reception tunnel, but as far as like the personnel size door, you do have a bit of a hard time as your shell scrapes the top.
Yeah.
Thanks, then.
I'm just gonna crack the door frame and go through like Godzilla.
Fucking kaiju creeping in the bedroom. What the hell?
That is exactly it. I am the Velociraptor going through the house right now, but I'm too big for the goddamn doors.
So as you do this, you hear a gunshot and it hits the floorboard below you. I don't want to kill you.
Well, I don't think you will, buddy. Just come on out here and have a conversation. You're gonna be all right.
See this cowboy, he's like shaking, and he tries to shoot you again. He sucks
Do
at
I hear
aiming.
this going on?
Yeah, you hear this gunfire popping off.
Am I
Move.
Am I unwedged
be right
from the
back.
door?
Yeah, you were unwedged from the door at this point.
So, is
I-
anybody familiar with the teeth that armadillos have?
I'm not. Let's
Okay.
learn this fun fact.
So, armadillos' teeth are actually pretty good at latching on and tearing into shit.
Oh.
Like, miniature hacksaws.
Okay.
Like miniature fucking
before you do
hacksaws.
what you do, I'm gonna notice red and hear that. And Bill, stop! Get out here! Stop fucking around. These people mean business. And then y'all just do whatever the fuck you're gonna do to them, I guess.
See, you heard him, Bill. It's time for you to come out and stop playing these games.
Bill is determined to get the fuck out of here. He throws the rifle down and he tries to leap out the window. Is he successful at that though?
I am going to charge and stop him.
You don't have to, because this motherfucker runs into the wall
God
instead.
damn! Did he roll like 5 1s in a fucking row?
He
So-
rolled a 20. What?
As he slams into the wall and as he's like kind of off balance, I'm going to rush in like I'm going to try to save him. But instead, I'm grabbing the back of his head and opening up the front of his neck and just and ripping it right out.
Oh. Well,
He
He
shouldn't have been
can.
sinning. He's a silly pants.
Do you want me to roll for it?
no. At this point, well, you could just actually you already described what you did. Unless you want to roll for like however much of visceral detail is spread.
Guys, I feel like we're in a situation where we're given full power over a group of people, and we're really not making a good name for ourselves here. I think we're exhibiting the worst of
As
human
he's
nature.
choking, as he's like choking in that same little southern accent.
Yeah.
Told you to stop doing that there, Bill. Now you're going to go ahead and you're going to go meet God now.
It's all right. You go to sleep, buddy. And just
And
lay
I'm
him
just-
down on the ground super gingerly, and then get up and just start dabbing my face with his.
Sister Carolina's
Doorway.
Sister Carolina's just in the window, like,
God. Fucking Jack Nicholson over here.
I am still hands up. Just finally, I just go, "Who are you people?"
well,
reach down,
we're
pick up that rifle,
servants
tuck
of
it
the
into my
law.
arm.
We're servants of the law and God. Well, I'm a servant of God.
Yeah.
What are your names?
Oh,
Oh, my name
why
is
does
Steve.
that matter?
Armadillo Steve.
Sister Carolina goes, huh?
What they called that one?
Oh, I almost spit my own fucking water.
My name's Carolina, and this is the most handsome man in the world, Robert Redford.
He loves horses.
Fucking foaming at the mouth.
He what?
Still seething with rage.
Literally.
Finish dabbing the blood off of me as I walk out. Now, is anybody else hiding somewhere that I had to come get them? Because if you shoot at me, you're not going to be very. It's not going to be a very friendly experience.
Now I have 2 guns.
You just hear
Um,
someone defecate their pants.
Okay, you do hear that. You hear an awkward silence, but then you hear a cannon going off.
That deck! As I just launch towards it. Bang, rifle in one hand, unloading it as best I can, and then the revolver in the other, just unloading at it.
As you do that, you see this dwarf. He's just bleeding out on the cannon, just leaning on it. What was the head bandit's name? The new head bandit's name? The
Okay.
newly promoted?
No, we didn't give him. I didn't give him a name yet, so we just
You didn't give him a
John.
name? Okay.
Yeah, just John.
All right, John.
Timmy.
Alrighty. You ascertain that is pretty much all of the group.
Yeah, everyone's out here in this line.
Everyone else is out here now.
All right.
Okay,
So
guys.
as Robert's running off, chasing everybody away from the cannon, I'll go ahead and walk over to the line. All right. So,
All right.
I heard you've been giving the town a little bit of trouble. So we came here to make sure that you didn't give no trouble no more. Are we going to expect to have anything that's going to... Are we gonna-
On the door.
Are we going to continue to experience any trouble for this town, or are you guys going to go ahead and move on?
I think we'll move on.
Splendid. Why don't you go ahead and take your guys and get on out of here. Go ahead, skedaddle.
Shove the dwarf's head into the front of the cannon, tilt it straight up.
Now hold on. Before we send them on their way, they need to be cleansed of their sins, or I'll have to find them again.
This is true. I
How-
keep forgetting that part.
What's
Sister,
the-
I'm going to go ahead and let you take care of this while I go and assist Robert.
Thank you.
What?
Um,
What? Sister?
Back
What?
in the background, shooting me with fucking cannons.
We don't swear, Robert.
Oh my
Sorry,
god!
sister. Sorry, sister.
I'm gonna take some soap to your tongue later.
Oh.
What?
Such a,
Second time this
such a
week.
man. So Sister Carolina turns to the new guy in charge, John, and she goes, "What's your name, sweetie?"
It's John, ma'am.
Good. Do you have that's a strong name, actually. It's a very good name. Do you have any water, John?
Yeah, I think we got some pails around here. Fred, and can you make sure Robert or Steve don't?
Fully enthralled, I'm still kicking the shit out of this
I-
like headless corpse now.
There's a bucket in that room right there, in that building right there. Will that be good? You need more?
Oh, A bucket will do fine. A bucket will do
Okay. I just
You,
very just it's like, okay, I just gingerly just like hands up, just start walking over towards get the
Sister
bucket and bring it back.
Not having a gun, she looks at one of the guns on the ground. She picks it up and goes, and she puts it in her belt. Did you bring the water back out?
Yeah, I brought the water back over to you and just put it at your feet and get back in line. Just
Okie doke. She looks at the line of people and she says, "Now, who among you has killed a man?"
Slowly, everyone raises their hands.
She looks like a disapproving den mother.
All of them.
She looks like a disapproving den mother, and she goes, "Boys," and she goes, "Why don't we start with you?" She just picks like a random person. She goes, "Go on and kneel here." And then she goes, "Steve, can you help?"
that's you, Kyle.
No, I was waiting for a second to give, because I'm trying to think if I'm gonna go help her, or if I'm gonna try to pull Robert off the cannon.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna see. I'll kind of walk over and see that he's just absolutely preoccupied with beating the hell out of this lifeless corpse of this dwarf, and I'm just gonna go. You know what? Yes, I can. I'll be right there.
Okay. I'm good now. Good now.
Sister
Reload
Carolina
as I'm walking back over.
starts performing rites for like baptism, and when Steve comes over, considering he's by mass the strongest of us, am I correct in assuming that?
I'd probably say
Yeah.
so.
Okie doke. She goes, "Now we're gonna dunk you into the water, and when you come up, all your sins will be forgiven. Do you believe in the power of the Lord?" And she puts her hand on the back of the man's head and gently strokes it.
And I'm just watching this because it's some other random guy. I'm just,
Sure.
He goes, "Fantastic. All right." And she gently puts his head to the bucket, and she looks to Steve and she goes, "Hold him there for a moment until the sin is gone." And she stands there watching this man struggle. And then she looks over to John and she stares at him. We hear the blubbering. And she puts her, like, she gently just tugs her fingers at Steve's direction to let the man up. Do you feel cleansed?
Yes.
Good. All right. And now for the rest of you. And she goes one by one, leaving John to be the last one.
Oh my god.
Each one 1 second longer than the one before.
4 of them die.
Sometimes
When-
sin gets you.
When each of them die, she goes, "It's okay. They went to God clean." And she just gently lays them down to the side. And then she looks at John and she goes, "Are you strong enough to survive your own sins, John?"
I hope so.
Yes, that is perfect, Manatee. That's fucking
That
perfect.
is the vibes I get from this whole
And
fucking
You're gonna have to
encounter.
edit that in, popping up at that exact
Oh,
moment.
Sister Carolina.
Fuck, Sister Carolina's Negan. Oh God, what have I done?
Weapon of choice, bucket of water.
Oh my god.
Baptism begins.
She puts her hand on the back of your head.
How
and
much
she goes,
water have we lost out of this bucket right now? That's
That is
the real
An
question.
excellent question.
I mean, we do have a well.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
I
a
was
well.
about to
We
say,
can refill it.
I assume y'all would like dip it down,
Refill.
refill it.
Yeah. We're not sanitary. We're not going to let them share spit water. Gross.
I thought that's how communion worked.
No, it's different. It's different little plastic little shots of grape juice.
Spit into my mouth, Sky Daddy.
We're getting canceled.
Sister Carolina walks John over and she goes, "Now tell me what you've done."
I killed the last sheriff of the town. Boss man made me do that.
Oh no. You pulled the trigger. You made that choice. Do not walk away from your responsibilities. You see those men there? The ones that are dead? I killed them.
Well,
Steve
except
held
for
them
that
down.
one and those ones.
No, she's pointing to the drowned motherfucker. She goes, I killed them. We don't escape our sins. I'll have to go get myself baptized. And she smiles at that word when it's my time to go. But now you share that burden with me. And we're all the same when it comes down to it. Go on with your sins.
Fucking straight lawn darted him into the water. Back of the pants, back of the shirt between the shoulder blades.
Can't
just
gargle.
like a fucking Oreo.
Roll a Constitution save at disadvantage.
As basically being waterboarded to death. All he's gonna hear is bang, 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 as I'm killing the ones that have already been baptized.
I got a 5 twice.
Oh,
You did.
Okay.
Struggle.
So you
Can I hold on? Can I roll to see if I feel him start to go limp, so that way I can pull him out so he doesn't die?
Yes, you can roll for that.
13?
You pull him out, but as you pull him out, you feel him go limp.
Sister Carolina looks to Steve and she goes, "You have a soft heart, and I can appreciate that. I don't think that it's his time just yet. Robert, when I bring him back, don't shoot him. He needs to let others know what happens when you sin."
Of course, you leave one. Plus, we need a new sheriff. He's got to be.
She
I don't want the job.
She starts performing CPR.
Okay, I was about to say, fucking necromancer?
As this is going down, Steve is gonna slowly sneak away and go look for the treasure room.
Go ahead, roll a medicine check.
17.
All
God
right,
is good.
You do bring him back. He's coughing up a bunch of water. Go ahead, roll a investigation check.
Me?
Yes.
No, that was for me. 13 again.
All right.
You do find a chest full of cash and jewelry and valuables.
Well, I think this will do just fine for this.
And a painting of like a female armadillo, like she's one of your French girls.
Open the
Sister
chest
Carolina
up,
just
sneak that back in, and close it.
Sister Carolina
And putting it
goes,
right between where my shell and my head is up top, and just walk out like I'm not doing anything wrong.
Sister Carolina just goes, "I smell sand." I'm kidding. So Sister Carolina looks down at John and she goes, "God decided that you get to keep going."
By the way, we figured out your atonement, Sheriff.
What? I'm coming out of like the near-death experience. I saw my mother, who I severely disappointed 10 years ago when I left home, and now I'm staring these 3 maniacs.
Is there like a poncho or a duster that I find inside of here at all? Maybe.
Yeah, no, there's those laying around.
Whoop! Chest is covered. Look at this swanky new poncho I got. It's so nice. Oh, look, you saved him.
Why?
Alrighty, so I'm assuming at this point y'all gather everything up. You escort him back to the town to make sure that he becomes the new sheriff and doesn't weasel out.
And the cart full of banded dead bodies.
Ah, yes.
We'll just burn this fort to the ground. It'll be all right. That can be the kindling.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait.
Uh,
You're leaving the bodies, or are you taking them with you?
I mean, leave the fort alone. We'll come back and sell off the cannons later. They're worth money. I gotta buy more bullets.
It's true. You do take the bodies back, and the deputies who look at the bodies, they're like, "Oh, well, we know what to do with them," and they start hanging them up, and not in the gallows that they use, the main gallows they use, but like a wooden beam, and they start hanging the bodies up and putting signs on them, going of their crimes of what they did. I murdered a bunch of people, etc. Basically, if you do this, you'll end up like this kind of deal.
Fair enough. Look at the
And they thought we was being barbaric. Man, that was just sad.
By the way, deputies, this is your new sheriff. He's been cleansed of his sins, according to the sister, and he's gonna do right by society moving forward. Right, Johnny?
Yeah. I'll be sheriff.
Look at the deputies.
Well,
I'm assuming there's no problem with that, right?
Well, he's from the bandits, right?
Whoever he was before doesn't matter now.
Well, no, it helps us because he can help us hunt the rest of the bandits. Or
Oh, then yeah, sure. He was one of the bandits.
Yeah.
You're gonna find him on a pole eventually.
Sister Carolina looks at over the town and she goes, "Oh gosh, geez, that movie theater, it's gone now. What a shame.
Seems like
oh,
a good place.
yeah.
Filthy secular movies."
What was Redford trying to get from the dwarf?
Upgrades.
Ah, yes. Give me
Yeah.
2 to 3 days, and our supply line should be fixed up. Now that no more bandits are messing with it, and I'll get you what you need.
Good. Slide the revolver across, still holding the big rifle I took.
Oh. Did you happen to find any other fancy doodads up at the fortress?
Shit! I knew I forgot to do something. Sister! Ran out.
But
Did
wait,
you,
I might have another job for you then in that case. Speaking of supplies.
as soon as I get to the door, I just stop. Another job. I assault a fort, kill bandits, and you're talking about another.
Whenever you're ready for it, I'll give you the upgrades regardless.
Sister, there's another sinner!
No.
But for now, I think you've earned a rest. And some decent pay. Just give it to the end of the day, and I'll scrounge something out for you. And everyone else for your troubles.
I'm going to the mayor's office.
Oh, God. All right. It's a 3-story building of sorts at the end of the main road. Little clock tower and all that.
And go up into the mayor's office. Up to the secretary's desk. Yes, ma'am. Is the mayor in?
Oh, yes. Just right this way. Points to the double doors behind her.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Go ahead and follow her, I guess.
She doesn't even get up. She just points to the doors. And
Okay.
She's
I go ahead and,
yeah.
Nope. I go ahead and I walk. Do they know what we just did, or is it just the bar or the armor smith that knows, or the gunsmith? I'm
It
sorry.
was only the armor smith, but there was a bounty put up by the mayor for somebody to take care of these troubles.
Yep. All right. So go in through the door. Is it just him in there?
Yeah, it's just him.
Okay.
Rotund man with a top hat, monocle, white mustache.
I'm gonna kind of walk in. Howdy, sir. How you doing today?
Oh, never seen one of you around here before.
That's funny with the name of the town being what I am.
Well,
So we see.
you know how humans get.
Yes, I do. In fact, I know it so well that I just wanted to let you know that we took care of your little bandit problem up there at that fort earlier today, and I'm looking to collect that bounty.
Ah, yes. I believe that'd be $500.
Yes, I do believe that was what it said on the poster on my way in. Something else. Have you ever thought about taking a vacation?
If I could ever afford to.
How much would you need?
Now, depending, do you want me to take a permanent vacation or a temporary?
What would it cost to have a permanent vacation arranged?
Well, I'd probably say about 3,000.
Take the shawl off, take my hat off, huck the chest off my shoulder, open it up, pull out. Did you say I have about 2,500 in here?
That is fair to say.
I'm actually going to try to pull out 2,500 for him real quick.
Alrighty. Yeah, you're able to get 2,500 out of there easily. With some change left over.
Okay.
Still at
And then there's still like jewels and shit like that in there possible?
yeah,
or...
jewels
Okay.
and yeah.
Why don't you take that 500 that we would have got, you take this 2,500, and I take over as mayor for you for a little while.
Good luck. And then he stands up, shakes your hand.
Thank
Welcome
you, good
to
sir.
the town, Mr. Mayor.
Democracy manifest.
Go ahead, and I'm going to pull the picture out as he's leaving. And I'm assuming he has one of those portraits of his desk behind his desk of like maybe him or something. I'm just going to kind of pop it off the hook, set it to the side, grab that out, hang it up. I'm going to take his little plaque with his name on it and push it off into the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to sit back in the chair with my feet up and put one of his hats on. And just set the chest underneath my desk.
Alright.
Secretary,
Yes.
first order of business. We are renaming this here town to Steveston. Make it
Oh.
immediate.
I didn't think I'd be doing any work today. All right.
And also put out, should any bandits come riling this way, they can come see me personally, and we'll hash out whatever deals that they need to get done. Which means they gonna find out that they got a real short hole in the back of this office to go into.
Alrighty, I'll coordinate with the remaining deputies on that one.
Thank you.
Robert Redford, I'm assuming you're getting rest. Sister Carolina, what do you do in this epilogue?
Sister Carolina, while Robert Redford is resting, he's asleep, and she's just like, I did it all for you. Just for you. She's slow stroking his hair.
And I'm assuming y'all are staying within the hotel that's attached to the saloon. There's a bunch of noise happening on the outside, being a saloon at nighttime.
At that point, Dex, all of them, Dex.
Sister Carolina takes out the soap, tisk, tisk. And she just gently shoves it in Redford's mouth.
And I forgot, the last but not least, John, what are you doing in your new position as sheriff of Steventon?
I'm at my new desk next to the other sheriff, crying into my desk, telling him what happened to me and all of my childhood friends.
And I feel like that's a conclusion of Armadillo Town.
Thank you all.
That
What
has
a-
wrapped up
What a
More-
fucked up story.
nicely than I thought it would, honestly.
Somehow that wrapped.
I want you all to know the theme for that was supposed to be romance.
There was.
Let's do this.
I fell in love
Hold
with
on.
my
Let's
horse.
get
I
this.
now have a new horse
So,
I'm gonna travel with.
I'm gonna do the outros here already. I've been Aaron as your host. Aaron Bryant has been Sister Carolina. Raise your hand as I call you so that people
Oh.
can identify a little bit easier. I do have names up. Kyle has subbed in to take care of the Armadillo Man, which was secretly
And
named
improved, baby.
something like that. You brought in political intrigue to a character that just had a name joke, originally named Ham Ram Ramaram by Will, and then you change him to Steve. Alrighty.
No one said it was honest.
Steve the duplicitous bastard.
Yeah, he is a politician after all.
Chris was Robert Reds, our lone gunman of questionable intelligence and extreme rage, as we discovered in the second part of the story. And
Only
as
being blown up.
and as head DM to finish Armadillo Town has been Manatee. And thank you all for that. I want to give an epilogical before we get on out of here and get back into our green room. The format, once we get out of season 1, everyone, is going to be a 2-hour recording, so we won't have such a disconnect. Because this episode right now, for part 2, episode 2 of Armadillo Town, is being recorded March 12th. We recorded episode 1 on September 11th of 2022.
And
If I'm not mistaken.
Oh God, we
ended
did that
like
on
September 11th.
Yeah, we did.
In that episode, I destroyed a tower.
Yeah, you did.
I
No.
blew up a tower.
I mean,
In the name of religion.
that doesn't make it better. That doesn't make it better.
Actually, it
That
does.
couldn't be more on the nose for the day.
Yeah.
Anything that we could have come up with.
Yep.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Well done.
Actually, I want to check that real quick. Raw recordings.
I'm a monster.
Yeah, our session 0 for figuring out this show was August 28th. Yep, September 11th, 2022 was the first part of Armadillo Town.
My
feels-
God.
I feel so bad.
It feels so
I mean,
feels
you
so
didn't kill
good.
anyone important.
Yeah, that movie attendant didn't have a name, so it doesn't matter. Like,
They didn't have a family, or if they did, it didn't matter.
so, but yeah, we'll wrap up. Thank y'all, and look forward to episode 3, which is still undecided, honestly. Bye.